So to all of you that been asking me to show how this light can be fit into BMW E30, E34 lights. Here's a bracket. Sorry, I cannot do it on the car anytime soon. So I got a bracket with the headlights already. Alright, this is basically the whole thing, how you can take it out of this particular one out of BMW E30. E34 might be slightly different, but very similar. So some people asked to see how, if they wanted to put all four of these, how it's gonna look like. Well, let me show you how it works. Again, these are sealed beams, and some people call it driver's side. So this is left side of the car. So if you're sitting in the car, this is on the left front. Left front. Low beam, high beam. The connector in the back of it is H4. Basically something like this. So let's begin. I'll show you. First thing you have to do is take the headlight out. So you can do it from the front of the car. When you take the grill trim around, what you gotta do is take these screws out with a Phillips screwdriver. Preferably if you have a long one, it will make your life a lot easier. You have to take 3 screws out, top and 2 basically bottom. Then you take this trim frame, whatever, you take it off with 3 screws still attached to it usually. And then you take the sealed beam out, and usually there's a connector here, you disconnect it. You can disconnect it from inside the car or when you take the sealed beam out. Take it out, put her aside. So this headlight right here, diameter is the same size as the factory one, so the trim goes over it without a problem. See? But we have a different problem here though, and the problem is that it doesn't fit completely into this housing right here. I think E34 is a little bit different housing wise. It doesn't fit on these sides. What you can do is simply trim it. I'm gonna show you how. What you need to do is take these adjusting screws out, because you need to take this whole trim out. And there's a little spring over here. Make sure you're careful taking it out. You don't want to lose this too. Okay, so you need this piece right here. Now you need to trim this a little bit. So let's plug this in. This is what I'm going to use. If you have something smaller than this, you can use that. You have to be careful with this screw right here. You don't want to cut it off. Yeah, if you have some kind of smaller cutter like a Dremel, probably would have worked better. At the end, you have to cut actually the whole thing off. See, the whole piece, but you have to be careful, please, when you do that. Push it down. See, it's supposed to be something like this. Then you take this frame and you put it over this headlight. Basically screw everything in, but do step by step. Don't do all of them at once. You have to kind of align it anyway. Do like 2 turns, 2 turns, 2 turns. Alright, so it comes like this. Then you take your bracket, put this lamp in it, align adjusting screws, holes, and remember that spring we used for adjustment, this one right here, it was going right here. So this is too hard and doesn't really reach. I'm gonna use this one right here. Different spring, a little softer, because I don't have no alternatives right now. And I'm gonna put it in there. Alright, and tight it up to this hole right here. Let me show you a couple of things about this headlight. Well, this is how it looks. Adjusting points are right here. It should be in about the same place. See, comparing to high beam. If it's sticking out a little bit, it shouldn't matter much. I put adjusting screws in the same basically position, and I use the spring. You would still need to adjust it once it's on the car. See, this is how it looks like. This is low beam and high beam, and this is only high beam now. This can be a daytime running light, whatever you want to do it. You can connect it to parking lights. You see how much space in between? Is almost nothing here. Now, if it's not enough, see, I need a car, but I don't have it right now. If it's not enough for you to put it nice and neat in your car, you might have to grind fins on basically just a little bit here and here. Sorry, here and here, and here I would say there's also like small sort of like tabs right here, and tab right here. Yeah, it needs to be grinded up a little bit. You can see it in the camera. And another one, little one right here. It will go more in these pins, or you cut the piece of metal off the bracket. This is how it is, and then connector is plug and play basically. I didn't do nothing to the headlight modification. I mean, modifying wise, I didn't modify the headlight at all. I'm gonna try to do high beam later. This is so far the headlight basically. All right, any questions, ask.